pedigree. A black child in a white neighborhood, playing free, no police checking where they should be.
Let me tell you something. This is true. This is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot. This is true. This is true. This is true. This is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot.
Taught as a child the rules for how to be. One day we all will walk free. Pull over, step out of the car. Civil rights for one are not afforded to all.
This is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot. We fight for justice and war, but we got pain in our heart. I got my hands up, but you can still tell they wanna spark. Young boys on the block, they tryna ruin our dreams. Another black king down, yellow tape on the scene. We grew up off nothing, we came up off hustling. Why they hate it when they see a black man doing something? We survived, they tryna ruin our dreams. Mama always told me, boy, you gotta get out and hustle. This is true, this is true, this is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot. This is true, this is true, this is true, this is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot.
Slavery abolished civil rights in 1964. If we all were free, then what are we fighting for? A world without fear, a world without shame, a world where children don't avoid eye contact to avoid being blamed for a crime they didn't commit in a city they've never been to visit. But imagine this. Sirens roar, you trigger an alarm. Wide and far, people come to protect you from harm. Those who abuse power are now being watched. Now they know the fear. Within moments, they're caught.
This is true, this is true, this is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot. This is true, this is true, this is true, this is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot.
Hands up, don't shoot, God protect us now. They hate us cause they want us bowing down. No, we never bowing down. Just keep them hands up and stay prayed up. Faith in God we trust. Yeah, united we stand, divided we fall. Late nights get put over. Ain't got no one to call. When my skin feel me now, do they care enough? Can't judge a book by its cover, but when it comes to us,
this is true, this is true, this is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot. This is true, this is true, this is true, this is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot.
Es verdad, hay gente que no quiere verme respirar. Es verdad, por ser de color me quiero fichar. Si nos unimos la voz se va a acabar. Y si hablamos claro la cosa se va a arreglar. No nos vamos a dejar, no vamos a tolerar. Se acaba toda la injusticia. Yo quiero ser libre, yo quiero ser libre. Si somos de alto calibre, de toda bala que Dios me libre. Don't get it twisted, no matter if you Spanish or English. The targets are endless. This is where I draw the line. Being disrespected and harassed all the time. Can't even wear a hoodie when it's cold outside. Black and brown homies is what they wanna divide from the other side.
This is true, this is true, this is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot. This is true, this is true, this is true, this is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot.
Fear and paranoia no longer an excuse. Before they can act, we end the abuse. Until those with guns learn to act with grace, we wash their
Hey, check it out, baby.
The reality we live.
We almost there. We almost there.
Strip their rights to hurt. Families torn apart at the seams. If one man falls, we lose an entire army.
They still gon' shoot. This is true, this is true, this is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot. This is true, this is true, this is true, this is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot.
Hey, all right, y'all. Listen. So tonight is about to be so fun. Cause y'all know I've been going off all day long. But the way things work, pretty much in this instance, just certifies why I speak the way I speak and why I continue to bring you independent news in lieu of news with propaganda and all the other foolishness. Ladies and gentlemen, many of you have expressed a great interest in knowing more about business, but You also expressed in knowing more about making big money because y'all want to get the bag, right? Well, tonight's guest is an interesting individual. And I don't want to tell you too much about him before I bring him aboard because I think he's going to knock your socks off. Why? Because he's from the inside. So, see, the thing about this individual tonight, he can speak to the realities that a whole lot of you right now don't want to address. Eric Stein, ladies and gentlemen. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Now, Mr. Stein, I need you to first and foremost just give them a general introduction of who you are.
Well, I'm a marketing guy who sold at one point lots of products on television, the ones with the 800 numbers. And I created a business. I had 3 offices, one in Las Vegas, one in San Diego, and one in, I believe it was Denver, Colorado. And at one point, I had an opportunity to expand that business. And somebody came to me and said, hey, we can get you $130 million, $140 million to expand your business. And I was like, I'm already a millionaire. I'm pretty successful. And they were like, yeah, but you want to be a real player or you want to be just a guy that has some money? And I said, I want to be a real player.
I know.
So I did it. They came to me. We did general partnerships. We had 1,750 investors and everything was going great. Everybody was making money. I had a Rolex for every day of the week. I had all kinds of games, plays, Bentleys, you name it, I had it. Living in Las Vegas, spending $100,000 a month on casinos, it was nothing to me because I was making lots and lots of money. At the end of the day, it kind of caught up with me. My investor pool said, hey, you're making all this money. We're not making enough. And I said, that's really not true because you guys are making lots of money. And I said to myself, this is a really crazy situation because they're making more money than me. They want to make more. That's not really fair. So I did, I guess at that time, what any smart business person would do. I just stole all the money. And I stole $129 million and I kept it. And I said to them, you guys come around, I'll give it back to you. If not, I'll see you. And everything was going great with that theory until the federal government found out. And they didn't like that idea too well. They didn't like the idea that I was not even negotiating. And then, the House of Cards came down and I got in trouble and all that stuff happened. All that good stuff happened. And I found out what the meaning of a federal prison camp was. Golf courses, it's all true. Golf courses, volleyball, tennis, all that neat stuff. But at the end of the day, you're still in jail. I mean, jail is jail, And but it's that experience that has taught me to share with people things that I learned both when I was outside and when I was inside. And I realized if I took my skill set, which is, making money, making lots of money, and I show people how to do it with a legitimate heart, show them how to do it in an environment that's so crazy, it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be
all right. So, Eric, let me get this straight. Now, you stole 100 and what?
129 million.
Okay. We got to talk about this in relationship to where we are right now in these United States.
Oh, yeah. Well, I got to remember, this was quite some time ago, and so it was easier. Just understand it doesn't make it any better. It was just easier because people couldn't really investigate you as well. The internet was just starting up. It was easier to steal the money than it would have been, say, to make it honestly.
But
even though I was making honest money, and in the end, I only got charged with 34 million because through the process of negotiations and returning things that doesn't work today. Today they hit you with the whole thing: give the money back, don't give the money back. You're getting 40 years. That's the way the government works with financial crimes. A lot of people call it white collar, but I find that to be offensive. So I just call it financial crimes. That's really what it is. At the end of the day, you can't judge a criminal by his collar. You have to judge a criminal by what he does in his heart. And so that's how I look at it. And you know, so it was easier then. Today it's harder to make the money either way. It's hard to make money honestly, unless somebody shows you what to do and gives you inside, you know, direction. And it's actually harder to steal it. And the result, if you were to get caught or if you were to steal it, the harshness of the punishment is clearly not worth it. Not to mention the bad karma that comes out of, you know, ripping people off and that kind of stuff. It's not a good idea. So I try to steer away from, you know, people get very excited. How did you do it? Tell me how you did it. I try to refocus that.
Absolutely.
Let me show you how you can do it honestly. And, you know, because I've been doing this a long time, and do it honestly and make something of yourself and then enjoy it. Because see, at the end of the day, what I tell people is, if you can't sleep at night because you think somebody's going to knock on your door at 3 a.m. and take you to jail, it's not worth it. If you get away with it and you got it somewhere and you can't spend it, what good is it? Right? If you have a $10 million, but you don't even have access to it because it's offshore somewhere, you're afraid to bring it in, don't even do the crime. It's not worth it. You can make as much money. It's going to take you a little longer, but with the right advice in the right direction, there isn't anybody that I've spoken to over the last 6 years that I think could not become a millionaire or could not become very successful. I think we're all inherent with the same motivation. Doesn't matter college, no college, GED, no GED. It's all about the personal growth and personal motivation. That's what I tell people all the time.
Wow. Guys, so if you're just checking in, I am sitting here chopping it up with the Eric Stein. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Eric starred on American Greed, and believe it or not, he starred and he literally, this is what it was. This is what it was. But, you know, we don't like to focus on the negatives. However, when it comes to Eric, it's a little bit different because what he did was not one time, but 2 times he had to go on the inside. But because of his expertise and his knowledge, Eric, tell him what you did.
Okay, so, I mean, on the inside?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. So what I did on the inside, I taught classes. I was in a federal prison. And so part of the federal prison requirements are that you have to take continuing education classes. So the classes are done at night and on the weekends. And there's really not a lot to do even in a camp. You know, in the camp, it's kind of boring. How much football or volleyball can you play? You know, that's about it. So I created a system of classes to teach people how to become entrepreneurs. And one of the things I found, and some of my best students actually have been heroin dealers. And drug dealers are very motivational. They know how to put together a team, a sales team. They know how to do rebuttals, and they know how to stand behind their product. And so what I did is I put together a series of classes, which I then brought to the streets. I actually taught it in college. I taught it at 2 colleges in New York City. How to start and manage businesses, but how to think out of the box. That's the general theme. How to take your thinking and sort of unscramble all the things you believe to be true of the things you can't do. And let's flip that around with some basic marketing knowledge. Let's talk about how every day in your life you're doing something in that arena. And I trained people in customer service and in sales. And I found that you can teach anybody to sell.
Absolutely.
If they believe enough in themselves. You have to help them believe in themselves because people get shot down, you know, and they feel that they get desperate, they get destitute, they think there's no hope. But at the end of the day, there is. You see, you just need somebody to sort of be your coach. And so I've been giving these seminars for years now. And you know, the truth is that if you can change the life of one person, then you've done something that's really big, because that's a big save right there.
Yes, absolutely. Eric, you know, you said a couple of things. You talked about really and truly, and this is something I've always stated, drug dealers really are. They're smarter than they think. And I think what happens is they get so caught up in the here and now that they don't have an Eric Stein around them. Because let's just, you know, one thing about Lily Mae, I will address the elephant in the room. Most of the Eric Steins around them are trying to lock them up. So they don't have an Eric Stein around them to really say, all right, bro, look, this is what you're doing, but let me show you how to do it like this so that you're safe and you can sleep at night and your family is okay. So
Well,
Eric,
that's the
before we
thing,
talk
yeah.
about what you have for them.
Well, yeah, sure. That's a great thing. You know, I mean, and again, it's not just drug dealers. It's anybody. The reason I mentioned drug dealers is because, one, I was spending lots of time with them by default, and two, I was very impressed with their skill sets. You know, I've been teaching marketing for almost 30 years. So, you know, and when I went to jail the first time, I had never even gotten a parking ticket. You know, I was clean. I mean, I was crystal clean. Of course, they hadn't caught me yet, so depends how you look at it. But what I learned from this was that if you give people the right tools and you show them with the tools we have available today, your computer, your knowledge, your minimal knowledge of social media, you know, minimal knowledge of things that Facebook, Instagram, that kind of stuff, you don't have to start hiring consultants and taking all these college courses to learn how to make a living. It's just a question of finding your passion. Find what you're interested in. And then if it's something that you really know something about, that's better, of course. Charge people to learn what you know. Because knowledge, as you know from the political environment, knowledge is power. And people are willing to pay for that knowledge. And what I used to tell my students, and I tell them, my students, even the ones who take my virtual seminars, is that words are the nuclear bomb of persuasion. Ooh. So if you learn how to use the words, you can choose them so carefully that you can really talk yourself into success with people. And it's really, really, really important. And I think that's the key to all of this. And what I found from that is I developed a system, whether it's, it doesn't matter what business you're trying to get into, if you apply my system to it, it actually will help you. And I did that system with a product that I created, which is a self-credit repair kit. Absolutely. And the reason I created the self-credit repair kit is because I had to, because I was locked up twice. Each time my money got frozen, each time my credit went from really high to really low. And you know, I would get out, I couldn't even get a phone. And here I was, a multimillionaire at one point, that I had to use a prepaid phone because I had no credit. And you know, people were watching me. I couldn't just like go to my drawer and take out $100,000 because somebody's gonna, where'd you get that from? So I had to do it from the bottom all the way up. I had to reinvent myself twice. And it's those lessons which I do depart into my seminar followers. Now, the credit repair, you don't really have to know anything about credit repair because it's knowledge. So the system itself is designed, if you want to fix your credit, yeah, it'll work for you, but it's really designed to put you into business to sell this system to people who want to fix their own credit. And it's actually a very big moneymaker. It's very profitable. People can make a very decent living. I'd say on average, they're making between $2,000 to $5,000 a month. Doesn't start that high. You don't start off with that, but you can build it all up. It's all done through the internet, through networking. We give you all the tools that you need, and we don't gouge you for the opportunity because I'm more interested in getting more people to sell the product. And then by word of mouth, you know, I'm kind of trying to fix my business karma a little bit because I'm at the age now when I'm starting to think about these things. Before I didn't care, but now I'm thinking, well, I better fix things, at least fix them by helping people.
Well, and you know what, and Eric, I wish we could just talk, but
thank you so much.
No, you'll be back. You'll definitely be back because I think what we're going to do, we're going to bring you back and we're just going to do an entire segment and we're really going to walk through this and we're going to get some people on that's interested so we can really show them how this thing goes. So I am so great. Eric, let everybody know where they can find you on social media. I'm going to flash your website one more time, but let them know how they can get in touch with you.
Yeah, it's the best way to reach me is through theericstein.com. And you can read about my articles. You can find out about my cologne, my line of cologne called Unshackled, because you want to smell like money. If you want to make money, you got to smell like money. You know, there's an old saying. The old saying is, if you want to become wealthy, don't hang around with the poor because they can't help you. Right?
So if you want
Right. So if you wanna make money, you got to smell like money. You got to believe that you are money. You have to become the money. And that's what Unshackled does for you, and it smells great too.
Yes. Look, Eric, let me tell you something. You will be back. You will be
Thank
back.
you.
You will be back. And I appreciate you. And I'm so thankful to have an Eric Stein in my life. So
Well, thank you so much. It's so kind of you. Have a great day. All
you
right.
too, darling.
Thank you so much. All right. Bye.
Absolutely. Guys, that was Eric Stein. Now listen. See, the thing about Eric is you guys still don't get it. New York and Las Vegas. But for some reason, y'all not connecting the dots. So I'm going to let that sit. And I'm going to get ready to bring you a beautiful person, a beautiful spirit. And the thing about this young lady is she's beautiful inside and out. Now, she is formally known as the Fabulous Mom, right? However, this young lady is a TV personality. She is a host, producer, a lifestyle blogger, but the most important of it all, she is a wife and she's a motivational speaker. And what she does is she wants to make sure that we women, we professional business women are making it do what it do. So, without further ado, I present to you the Mrs. Carla Stephens.
That was amazing. That was like amazing.
What? You fabulous.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. Well, at the end
Miss
of the
Carla,
day,
thank you so much for being here.
oh, thank you. I'm so glad. I always count it an honor and a privilege when um, anyone invites me to come onto their platform and share with their audience. So thank you. And I kind of came in a little late. I was starting to enjoy a little bit of the previous guest, especially when you're talking about money and making money. Yeah,
Hey,
that's good stuff, especially the where we are now with the trajectory of everything and this election. So your ears want to like stick up when you hear inside information. So
so see, you read between the lines. Okay. You get that's all right. That's all right.
you know what?
So
You get to a point where, and I don't even want to say age, but you do get to a point in your life where you hear correctly. Hearing correctly, you know, I can remember when I was younger, a lot of times, you know, people say you heard what you wanted to hear. That is
yeah,
so true.
it is.
So then you get to a point after you've experienced so much and you've been so much, you actually hear correctly. It's not even so much about reading because you're so in tune with where your life is. You're going to hear and bring that energy in that what affects you, and it's going to speak to your spirit. So I was like, what? No.
You better come through. Come through, lifestyle blogger. All right, Carla.
Okay.
So you're the fabulous mom. What does that mean to you?
Oh my goodness. It means so many things to me. First of all, I do want to say there is this element because I'm a helicopter mom, over the top mom. That's always been there. But I a fabulous mom to me is a mom who knows who she is. She knows what she's want, and she's able to facilitate that in a
Mm,
way that's pleasing to her and her, you know, her environment. So the fabulous side, I can get into the details about different things, but it means so much to me when I see a woman or mother who understands that you shape the environment in your home, that you build that culture. And so my kids from a young age, they understood what it meant to sit down at the table and be served, or to just certain things. It's like the thing, a
yeah.
lot of times we like to go out as adults and enjoy fabulous things. We like the finer things, but then we'll go home and it's like the kids, you get Nothing wrong with plastic because I do use it. But but a lot of times we won't serve our family the way that we want to be served. So I mean, to me, it's a mom who knows just what she wants and that she is the facilitator of that lifestyle in her children's lives. So my boys, man, I'm praying for their wives, because not that I'm an act to follow, but I have definitely worked to give them
You are.
standards, you know.
Oh no, ma'am. You are. Okay, look, you said something, Carla, that sticks out.
Mhm.
It always bothers me when I see mothers whose hair looks like mine,
Okay.
but the child don't even have no hair on her head.
Yeah, no, that's not fabulous. You're right. And a lot of times that happens because, and let's be honest, a lot of times I think my mom, uh, my mom to me was fabulous. But at the same time, I can remember when we crossed paths that my mom was still trying to live out her dreams. And she hadn't crossed that road to say, wait a minute, I have to kind of find the balance between now my children are here. How do I help them achieve theirs and live out mine at the same time? So nowadays, people, I mean, a lot of times people exchange their hustle or they use their hustle as an excuse not to be that fabulous person, that fabulous wife, that fabulous mom, or I mean, for women, sometimes, culture makes us want to have to decide which part of us we develop. But I just believe a fabulous mom, a fabulous woman, you're going to develop the total part of yourself. You're going to, the key is really knowing who you are and what you want. I struggled so hard as a young mother at first because I had a first lady and she would get up and tell these amazing stories. And then, you go home and your house don't look like that. It causes a struggle in your house. When
Mhm.
you go out and you see things other people doing and then you come home and you feel like it's going to cause a struggle in your home and in you internally. But so I had to figure out, okay, that's her house. I gotta figure out what works in my house and what gifts. So when we talk about black girl magic, it's like what gifts and what magic do I have that belongs in this house? It belongs in my business. Because mind you, for those who are listening, I'm all of that. I'm a housewife and a businesswoman. Okay, I'm all of that. I run two companies in the industry that are male dominant. Okay, so this is not I got to sacrifice my business to live with my kids. No, it's a woman who knows who she is, what she wants, and how to facilitate it. And we run into
Uh-uh.
trouble. Yeah,
Mm-mm. 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 Can I tell them, and then you can talk about it. Can I tell them what kind of business you running?
oh sure.
Y'all, let me tell you something. Let me tell you why I love Carla, and she don't even know why I love her.
Oh,
Because Carla runs two trucking companies. Y'all already know Lily may come from a family of truckers.
oh
Do you
wow.
understand what I'm saying, baby? Bull wagon drivers, livestock folk, baby, honey.
Yes.
My brother literally just came off the road, so honey, I know. And
Yeah.
and let me tell you something, Carla. When I studied and saw that, I was just like, people don't understand that because you are the CEO of trucking companies, they don't realize how many other businesses you can run because that is a 24/7, 365-day industry. It does not shut down. With this
No.
pandemic, I was so scared for the guys
Yeah.
and gals.
Yeah.
They couldn't shut down. And do
No.
you realize nobody thought about them? Nobody thought about them.
Yeah. I mean, it's
But tell us more about it though and how you got into it.
well, look, actually, my husband, when we got married, and we both were actually pursuing and seeking careers in the fashion industry. We both were pursuing a fashion degree. We got together. Our goal and our objective was to, at that time, own and operate a men's clothing store because we saw that they lacked. And so, we had put the business plan together and everything and had all the plans out and things happen. And I believe in what's called spiritual bumpers. I believe that God allowed the right things to happen to bump us off that road. And my husband had to go out and get, at that time, I was a little crazy. So I said he had to get a real job while we pursuing our clothing dream. And he went to school. I have to give him credit. He went to school. He went to truck driving school, and he got his,
Kudos to you, hubby.
yeah, he got his CDL. He started driving. He was a one truck man, and he started. And honestly, we lived a long time off of him just doing that. And at the same time, I actually, people may not know this, but I started at the time. I had a mortgage company. I've been a mortgage broker. I've been a real estate.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was running a mortgage company. So while he was doing that, and then eventually they had the big crash in the market and real estate went crazy, and we came together and had the opportunity to form our own company, which is Stephens Transportation Services. So we started that based off him getting his CDL and getting out there driving. And we have always, I feel blessed because we've always been in a partnership mode. So he fully expected me to jump in, do my part, which is what I do. I feel blessed. I didn't always know that I was an administrator also, but I feel blessed that I've lived long enough to know that you utilize the gifts that you have. And we just worked together and just began with that one truck. That was our start. And we were blessed to get a very large, I guess, lucrative contract, I think, to haul for one of the leading expediters. And so from there, we built and built. And then at some point, I really felt strong about, honestly, I started the second company with my mission and passion in mind. I started Rockstar Trucking Corporation. And I literally started because at the time, I was a part of an organization where we would go out and help young ladies, like exotic dancers, ladies that were on the street, prostitutes. And I started Rockstar Trucking with the mission of, I can use this company to be a blessing to those ladies who probably or maybe wanted to transition out the industry. So I had a whole concept about how I can get, because, coming out, when you're making that kind of money, a lot of those girls don't want to go flip burgers. So I figured if I can get them, teach them how to get a truck, and, you making this $4,000 or $5,000 a day or a week, it can help them. So I started Rockstar Trucking with that purpose and got it started. And just next thing you know, we were in 2 full-blown trucking companies, and ended up both with a nice little fat contract. So we've been working it ever since, and hiring truck. I feel blessed that we're still here. And it has not been easy during the pandemic, because even though we were considered essential workers, you also have to deal with the fact that your employees in their homes. I was like, Lord, don't let my drivers get this COVID, or and it required a lot too. We providing the testing and making sure that their environment, you got 2 people in the truck, like how hard can we protect the environment? So we really just tried to create a culture of safety for our guys. But honestly, what I love more than anything in working with my husband and what we do is we consider our family. When we deal with our employees, we see them as other families. Like, we're employing families. I'm just not employing your dad or your mother. We're employing the family. So with our company, like, we meet a lot of people that commend us because we're still considered a small company. And even though we're small, we sacrifice and offer, even before they made it a mandate for us to offer health insurance, we sacrifice and made sure that our employees have health insurance, vision, life insurance, 401k. We made that sacrifice long before they made you have to do that. And because my husband, he always thought, I'm a man, and I know how a man feels about wanting to supply for his company. And we have women the same way. They're the sole breadwinners. So we try to treat our employees, like their family. We think about their family. So we're a small company, but you can come into our company and get a full service compensation package. You're going to be covered. And because in my mind, I'm thinking like a mom. I don't want somebody's child to be in my truck and something happened to them and they don't have life insurance. So
Fabulous, Mom. You are a baby. Oh my gosh. Guys, if you're just checking in, I'm about to throw this out there because a whole lot of y'all don't know this, but I'm just going to flash it for a minute. If you're just checking in, this is the Mrs. Carla Stephens. But guess what? Carla is the consultant producer and star of Bravo's hit television show, Mother Founders. Carla, you are every woman. Every woman. And I have to salute you
Oh,
for your spunk, for your entrepreneurial spirit,
thank you.
but more importantly, for your willingness to serve your community and to go into unorthodox places
Yeah.
to serve. And baby, that's a true missionary. And I'm taking it there.
You know what? I definitely, some people don't know this, and it was at the time that we started filming Mother Funders. By that time, my husband and I no longer was operating in it. But for 7, maybe even 8 years, my husband and I actually pastored a complete church, and we helped. It's been with us. It's interesting enough that before we actually stopped our church, very powerful woman of God, Juanita Bynum. I don't know if people know her. She actually, we were on a TV show where she was speaking, and she walked up to us and pointed at us and told us that, God's going to take you out of this church. You're not going to stay in the 4 walls. This is not, and he's going to enlarge it where you're going to be speaking to the world. And it was a few years later than that. I didn't understand it. Here comes the opportunity to go on TV. And I thought, oh my goodness, like he took us out of the 4 walls, and now you're going to be on this huge platform on TV. And he opened up the doors, and it's amazing because that's true. And I think the beautiful thing about me being able to go on reality TV when I did and how I did, I truly got to be me and myself. And a lot of people do not get that opportunity. You get to see glimpses of it, but that was my lifestyle. That was me. I'm running my home. I'm running my businesses. I'm managing my children. At that time, though, they probably thought I was the momager from hell. But I was the sports mom. And the thing is, understand this: people do what it is that they want to do. I mean, if you want a glass of water, you're going to get up and go get it. So when people tell me I can or I don't, it's hard for me to respond because I know ultimately we all do what it is that we want to do. I wanted to present for my children. I wanted to present for my husband. I wanted to be present for my community. So I did the things that I wanted to do. And did I get tired? Yes. Did I sometimes make excuses? Yes. But at the end of the day, nobody can look back and say, I didn't get to do exactly what I wanted to do, because we do what it is that we want to do. What we don't like is the consequences of our own actions and the things that led us to. And I'm not talking about the opportunities and the doors that open up for you, because honestly, where I am now, every door, we live through doors. It's just how you see that door when it opens. And I spent a lot of years just slamming doors, just like, this and that. And so now I see, like I told you, I hear differently. I hear differently. I hear differently now. So so getting that opportunity to be on reality TV, like when I got the opportunity to be on reality TV, I haven't really got to say everything because you really can't, but the opportunity to be on reality TV, living your own life, not living a fake life.
Yes.
And the opportunity to be a producer on the show. At that time, that was not happening. So this was already something magical and, in my mind, supernatural that was happening. And like, everybody else, I didn't know much about reality TV because honestly, at the time, I didn't really watch it once I got on. But when you're innate your business, once I got in it and I started learning and everything, I'm like, this is a business.
You were like, okay, I gotta dig in. No, I get it. I get it.
Is a
I
business,
definitely get it.
and other things.
It's interesting. Carla, the reality is that I had no clue, and I tell people this all the time. I had no clue how tonight was gonna go, and the reality is that you already know I got 2 more after you. But Carla, this is what we're gonna do. You're coming back. You're coming back.
Okay.
You and Eric are coming back, and we're gonna all have this collective conversation about being entrepreneurs. Because now I get it. I see it. And one thing I know is that, guys, if you're not following the real Miss Carla Stephens, you done tripped out. You done tripped out. You need to follow her. So, Miss Carla, what we're gonna do is we're going to get you back ASAP because we really need to hear the
Oh,
completeness
thank you for
of
having
the
me.
Miss
Hello to
Carla
your audience.
Stephens.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, darling. And
You're
until
welcome.
next time, you be blessed.
Okay, you too.
Bye. That was Miss Carla Stephens. And guys, you're gonna have to go just research her. Just research her. Just research her. Look, now it's KO. Look, now you know I'm gonna take it back to the music. But every now and then I gotta give y'all some business because you know y'all need to understand something. You can't do the music thing without the business. So every now and then I gotta give y'all some business. But let's come back to the music. And what we're going to do, we're going to take it to the east side of Chicago because that's where this gentleman is from. And then after we go to the east side of Chicago, we're going to go to Jersey and close our night out from the east side of Jersey. But without further ado, I present to you Mr. K.O. Mason. What up?
What's going on?
How are you?
I'm doing good. What about you?
I can't call it right now. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But but while you're here, let everybody know who you are and what you're doing out here in the game.
All right, well, should I go by the name of K.O. Mason from the east side of Chicago? I just recently moved to Atlanta to pursue my music career. What was the other question you asked me? What was the last question you asked?
What you got going on out here? You because now
okay.
K knock out. Is KO
Yeah.
not?
It mean that too, but really it mean King Omniscient. You feel me? Like I came up with that. You know what I'm saying? King Omniscient. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I'm the king of my truth. You know what I'm saying? I just like to speak the truth. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of artists don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of critics don't expect it from a person like me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so young. You know what I'm saying? So when people be hearing me, they be like, "Damn, this came from him." Like, you know what I'm saying? So I like to shock people. But what I got going on right now, I just dropped this new single called Take That. It's out on all streaming platforms. The video is out as well. It's on my Vivo page. You could just search me on K.O. Mason on whatever you use whatever you use to listen to music. And right now I'm just pushing that single, kind of working on the second single right now. I don't really got no projects dropping as of right now, but I'm just doing single to single. You know what I'm saying?
Just keep hitting them. Just keep hitting them. And then when you're ready, also don't forget when you making some of that music, sit on some of it too. Sit on some of it.
Nah. That's what I'm saying. Nah, I got like I could get y'all a whole project right now. You know what I'm saying? But like I feel like just like you said, sit on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I might make something better, or I might come back to it and want to reword it or something. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I be doing a lot of that too, like, cause I be writing so much. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I just might go back and be like, "Nah, bro, like, hold on, you could reword this." You know what I'm saying? So
okay. KO, so you jumped into music in like 2015. So you've been into it like 5 years. You took it seriously, within
took
the
it
past.
seriously.
Within the
Took it
past.
seriously for 5 years. Like, for 5 years. That's when 2015 is when I really started taking it serious. But I've been around music all my life, like as a shorty. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been around like real like hip hop artists and that was in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So it was just installed in me already. You know what I'm saying? I kind of felt like I was already built for it. You know what I'm saying? I just never really took it serious because I really wanted to play basketball. Either basketball or baseball. You feel me? Basketball or baseball, one of the two. Yeah, so
I would have chose baseball. I would have chose.
oh yeah, because they got that check. That check is crazy.
You for being educated and knowing the truth. Thank you.
And check is crazy on the
And
MLB
you
side.
know what? The endorsements that baseball players get that people know nothing about are sickening. Shoot.
Man,
Okay,
crazy.
Kato.
Yeah, you already know. I know. I'll be.
So, all right, let's talk about your creative process. Where do you find your inspiration?
uh, I be I be reading. I be reading a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then like I said, when I was younger as a kid, like I never was. I was always like, okay, like today, I'm still on the same type of thing. Like back in the day, I used to listen to Jay-Z and Nas and you know what I'm saying, all that old school hip hop, you know what I'm saying? So like today, like, you know what I'm saying, that's still what
Hold
inspired
up.
me and it influenced me to what?
Hold up. Wait a minute. Did you just
What?
reference Nas is old school? Hold up, player. Because I listened to Nas went back. Hold up.
But you know what I'm saying? You know why I said old school, because it's not my generation.
Uh-huh. You Gen Zer. What? Y'all Gen Zers don't know nothing. We millennials rock. Y'all
Hey,
the lost
nah,
generation.
I rock with y'all though. That's what I'm saying. That's what still inspired me till this day. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not inspired by what's going on right now in the music game. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It don't really move me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hating on nobody. Get your, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Get your
yeah.
bread. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, come on now. We
I'm with
know.
KO. I'm with
Yeah,
you all day, every day. I'm with you. I'm with you.
so.
If you could be doing anything else right now, though, what would you choose outside of sports? Outside of sports, what would you choose?
I ain't gonna lie, I'll probably be an actor.
I can see that. You got a little
I,
animation with you. I can see
I
that.
want I want to get into that too. I
And
want
when
to
you
get
in the
into that.
right spot, what is wrong?
Yeah, that's
So
what I'm saying.
I need you to swerve a little bit.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna jump into that lane too. Like I'll be
Okay.
an actor. If I wasn't a rapper or you know what I'm saying, not a rapper. If I wasn't an artist
That's
or
it.
you know what I'm
Because
saying,
you know
if I
I was
was
ready to
hooping,
roast you. I was ready to roast you when
nah,
you said
nah,
rap. I was gonna roast you. I
nah,
will.
nah. I ain't no rapper, man. I want y'all to know that, man. I'm an artist. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying?
You are a creative. That's it. That's it. So, KO, tell everybody where they can find you on social media and once again, how they can find all of your music.
You can find me everywhere. K.O. Mason. That's on all social media and streaming platforms.
KO, it's, you know what? You deserve so much kudos because, researching you and reading your bio and to just know that it all started from you posting videos on Facebook. KO, that's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. And I salute you. I salute you for that. I cannot wait. I can't wait to see you perform. I cannot wait to see you perform.
Oh
So I'm
yeah.
definitely gonna be following. And what I also do, I'm gonna make sure I connect you with some other people so that you can do it because y'all, ATL wide open and
Yeah.
its performance is going on in different places. So I'll definitely connect the dots for you and
Thank you.
we'll rock it out.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
And thank you so much for being with me this evening, and I will rock out with you soon.
Thank you for having me.
All right, no problem,
Uh,
baby. Have a good
uh,
night.
you too.
So, guys, that was KO Mason, and like I said, he is a up and coming artist. He rocking it out. He's doing a lot of different things, and we have. Let me tell you something. Y'all already know. I say this all the time. One thing about this platform is there are no big eyes and no little U's, and when I'm on here rocking, and y'all already know I reference all the Gen Zers as babies because sometimes I think I'm in the baby boomer generation. But when they come on here and they're rocking, I definitely have to salute them. We're gonna close out the segment with let me just say this. This gentleman has a tear-jerking story. And the passion that you feel when you read his story and when you hear his voice, you're going to understand it, because there's something about his voice that speaks to who he is. So what I'll do, I'm going to bring Dub City out here and just let him tell you who he is. Tell the children who you are.
Hey, what's up, y'all, man? It's Dub City. You know what I'm saying? TTD, 10 toes down, coming out of Jersey. But I rep Atlanta to the death. That's my second home. You know?
Hey, baby.
Yeah, so how y'all doing today?
Oh, my gosh. I don't know right now. But like I said, I'm going to leave it where it is. It's all about you right now, so let's rock it out.
Well, one thing I'm going to say is
okay,
everybody got out and vote, and they made the right decision, and they got their pain out.
You know what? I like that. You hope they got their pain out. You know what? I like that. Salute. I like that. For real. Okay. All right. Okay. Ah. All right.
Yeah, I bring that up.
Okay. So I don't even really know where I want to start with you, because your story itself is so significant. It really told me that you're here for a reason, for real, and that you really, I don't know which star you shooting for, but you really shooting for a star, like for real.
Yeah.
So Dub, talk to us just a little bit about the beginning of Dub City.
Well, basically, this is a tearjerker that you were talking about earlier. I was a doorstop baby. You know, that's how I was found. My mother, there's a newspaper called Star Ledger in New Jersey. That's like our Atlanta Constitutional.
Yeah.
So Atlanta Journal, whatever, or whatnot. So she seen it in the paper, baby left on doorstop, front headlines. So she was like, hey, I'm going to write to the church, and I'm going to try to see if we can get this kid. So her and my father, you know, God bless them, you know what I mean? They was the best. You know, I can't say nothing about that. But yeah, so they put in the paperwork, they filed for everything, and they got custody of me. And it was like the best thing that ever happened to me in my life.
Wow. So what is it? And I know that's a part of it, but what is it that really gave you the oomph to just keep pushing?
I mean, life, for real. Like, you know, dealing with born into a struggle, born into adversity. That gives you the power to dominate. That's all I can say. So it just kept me going, you know. And then plus, you know, I ended up losing my mom first before I went to high school, and then my father later as I became a man. So every time something happened, it just pushed me and motivated me more.
Wow. And then you got connected with somebody that we all like this. Let me tell you something. See,
I know where this going.
KO. I'm gonna get KO talking about some Nas is old school. I'm gonna be like, what's your name?
Right.
Right. You got connected to somebody, baby, that I love. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
That daggone thing, child, I would never forget Super Jam. I'm trying to think what year it was. Super Jam in Greensboro, North Carolina. He tore that Coliseum up. What was it like working with Bone Crusher?
Man, be honest with you, words can't even fathom what that experience was like. First off, shout out to Bone Crusher. First off, shout out to Atlanta and Bone Crusher. You know what I mean? I gotta put that out there. But the guy is a phenomenal man. Like the way his mind thinks is exceptional. Like the things he see, that experience was more like a tutelage. It wasn't just like, okay, we're gonna work on music, we're gonna go in the studio, we're gonna rock it out. Plenty of times when we were in the studio, we were doing more talking than recording. So what is Dub City? How does Dub City feel about this? What does Dub City want to do? You know, he was just basically just trying to help me dig deep to find out who I really am as an artist and as a man. So it was a great experience. So yeah, you can catch that. A lot of those scenes, you can catch them. We have a show on Amazon Prime. It's called True Story. It's True Story and True Story 2.0. You know, I mean, it's through affiliations with Triple OG brand and Street Lotto. You know, that's my business partner too as well. My big brother. Yeah, so you can catch a lot of that on Amazon Prime.
Okay, so hold up, player. Hold up. We gotta roll this back.
Yeah.
So we need to talk about your entrepreneurial endeavors then, because clearly that's important.
Definitely.
So okay, Dub. So Dub City is not only an artist. Tell me about it. Tell us about, you know, being an entrepreneur and what that looks like.
Well, basically, you know, and I do this for the community and the youth. Like, I just want to show them, hey, look what I went through, look what I did, and look where I'm at now. I'm gonna state that's facts. But basically, 10 Toes Down Entertainment. You know, that's my own company. You know, we started from ground zero. And I work with Street Lotto. He has the Triple OG brand. I know you guys seen it in Atlanta. It has the big billboard driving down 85. You can't miss it. Got Young Jock with it on. You know, they personality show. You can't miss the billboard. So yeah, we came together.
Yep.
We started a label, and there you go. That's how we did that. So, you know, it's always past the artistry, man. It's about creating something that's bigger than us, you know.
Please say it again. You know, Dub, I'm so glad that you just spoke to that. And it just seems like a lot of guys come on, we talk about it, because one of the things that, you know, I try to pride myself on, and I call this show is Consulting Time for a reason, because this is what it's about, consulting, giving the kids that are coming behind you guys the information that they need to be successful. And I think that's a major part of it, what you just said. You went back, you said you got to find yourself, and that's one of the things that Bone Crusher, he worked with you on. But then you said it's bigger than just the artistry. You got to invest.
Got to invest in yourself to make you better.
That's it. So your sound, what is your sound? How would you describe your sound?
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Short story, right? So now when I go back home, you know, I've been in Atlanta like all my adult life. So now when I go back home every couple of months, my friends that I grew up with, they listen to my new music. They be like, whoa, hold on, man. What is this? So it has that combination of that up top East Coast wittiness with that down south drag and the flow. So it's just crazy. It's kind of like I orchestrated a new type of sound. Like I took two of the greatest sounds in music history and combined them together.
Okay. All right. Now, what do you see in the industry? How do you see the industry changing? I'm going to say in the next 5 years.
Well, basically, like you say, entrepreneurship. Like, I see artists paving a lane to becoming bigger than what they are. You know, setting up their own record companies, having everything comes through them. So when they do the signing for artists underneath them, they're signing those artists. You know, it's no more big record labels having full control. You know, only thing we probably look for them to do is distribution, and that's now.
Distribution.
So
I was about to say it.
I know.
Yes.
I beat you to it.
That's all right. I knew. I could read your mind.
Great minds think alike, you know.
There you go. So, Dub, all right. You really have taken every opportunity to create something bigger and something better, right?
Definitely.
So, what's next?
Basically, like, I got a 10-year-old son. I love him to death. And he follows my every movement. My favorite color to what cell phone I have. So with that being said, like, my main focus is, of course, to get to where I got to go, take care of my family and my circle, but to make sure the youth knows what's going on and has the education. Because, you know, they're not educated. They're not. They see things on TV, they see these YouTube, and they think this is what it's supposed to be. They don't know these people getting paid to do that. You know, at the end of the day, it is entertainment now. But behind the scenes, I just want to expose them to the real part of it. You know, the part that I had to learn. You know, at the end of the day, what's knowledge if you can't spread it?
But did you say youth? And you know what? Somebody just checked in backstage, and I feel like just pulling them on here and just seeing what they got to say. Why
Sound about
Dub
right.
City out here? I think I might just see what he got to say since he back there. What's
I'm supposed to be back. I'm supposed to be in the curtains. You know what I'm talking about? I'm
Hey, the
supposed to
big
be over there in
screen.
the curtains.
Ain't no curtains. I believe in bringing the whole
Man, I'm just checking in on my man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
You know,
that sound about right.
I tried to get out and they pulled me back in. You know? I'm just a guy.
Just a guy.
Damn.
What's
Well, you
going
go and tell
on?
everybody. Go and tell everybody who you are and what you doing, what you and Dub City got going on up in here.
You already know. I go by the name of Sir Lottery, formerly known as Street Lotto, Triple OG brand owner, ambassador, TTD, executive, all of the above. I'm the guy that just gets it done. I'm just a guy.
He's the guy to talk to.
Hey,
I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy.
you know, it's one thing about it. I love to see Black men thriving and making it do what it do. I love it. I love it. And I salute both of you for making things happen. One of the things that, and I think this is important as we begin to close out, this is really important. One of the things that I have struggled with since yesterday is the mere fact that it was stated that a lot of young Black men are the reason that we're in the situation we're in right now. And counting, if that makes sense. And you know, at first, I thought to myself, this can't be. Because are we really giving people green lights to kill us? But you know what I had to really think about? It can be. Because there are you, but there aren't enough of you that truly understand and are truly doing what it takes to make a difference. But what happens is, instead of those same young men coming to you and asking to learn, pride gets in the way.
Right.
I agree.
So I say to you guys, continue to do what you're doing and just teach the ones that you can, and those that you can't, you know what I say? Let them stay woke and sleep deprived. Because you know when you sleep deprived, you crazy as hell.
No doubt, no doubt. Like Dub City though, like I would say one thing is with Black people, we put the message in the music. That's where, right? That's where the trend is set, right? The culture, you know, so you talk about music, you talk about the arts, that's where the message is. That's what we listen to and follow. So art imitate life, you know what I'm saying? So if you put in something out there, the young people, they don't see it and think that's real, and they're gonna gravitate toward that, right? So if you think at a time, there was a time in music where we were putting out a bunch of positive music with Black pride, and you know, you talking about the Public Enemies, and you know what I'm saying, like that whole era.
Hello, come back.
Yeah, but the thing is, they took that away, and they started giving people money to make another kind of music, and they started promoting that. You understand? Yeah. Hey, man, I'm gonna say, I read it.
Hey, not to interrupt a great Black man, but look. Why my brother just come on here and pick up where I left off, and he didn't even know what I was saying?
Hello, something. Let me tell you something. Let me just say this. This is what the is.
Right.
Y'all know it, right? This is what the fear is.
That's a fact.
You know what? Let's just take it there. Forget it's 9 o'clock. I don't care. Let me say this, and let me say this publicly. Just because I'm pro-Black does not mean I'm anti anything. What it means is simply this. It means that I don't care what you do or what you try to show me about the Black man, I will never fold.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had a strong Black man that raised me, and I got a brother. And so I think that this means so much because there are two strong Black men right here on this platform, when what you're trying to tell me in these headlines is that y'all don't exist. Or if you exist, it looked like something else. Nah, player. That's why these independent news media outlets exist, so that the people understand what they're telling you is not who we are. This is who we are. We can't articulate ourselves.
Right.
That's
Right.
We
Like
are
you're supposed to.
knowledgeable.
Yeah, we
You
move
know,
on with that.
and the presentation, I just posted today. Don't get it twisted. I spent my entire life in the academically gifted program. Just because I choose to present my information to you in a certain way, it's because I know the demographic of the people that need to hear from me. And if I am articulating and speaking, you know, you're not going to see what I'm saying.
Right.
This is what
That's
I'm
a
saying.
fact.
So when you guys speak, I love it. It's necessary, and you have to keep making music, Dub City.
Definitely.
This Triple OG brand, I want to bring you back because I want you to talk about it. I want you to explain to us what Triple OG is like. I want you to come back. I want you to talk about it. But I also want you guys to really continue what you have going on. We need it. And one day, the reality is that we're in control, but we're mentally disabled.
Right.
We're in control, but we're mentally disabled.
That's a fact.
And it's been passed down. You're right.
It's been passed down. That's a fact. Seriously. But we're gonna break that though.
Huh, there you go.
We're gonna break
There
it.
you go. We just gotta talk to these Gen Zers, because see, these Gen Zers got a different mentality. They want to go turn up shit. I'm like, look, we can't be turning up shit. No, wait a minute.
Right.
Let's be strategic about this thing. Gen Z just
Because
want,
when
they
they
want
do
to
that,
go in and turn up everything.
But all they're doing is they're making the stereotypes fit us. And that's not what
There
our
you go.
objective. Our objective is not for that to
There
happen.
you
Our
go.
objective is to show how we really are and what we are capable of.
That's it. That's it. That's what it is. Wow. Guys, look, y'all know I already got this anxiety because I want to turn this TV back on. I even had to turn the TV off because what I was about to do is I'm about to be like, y'all about to think I got Tourette's or something going on up in here. But listen, Dub City, thank you. Triple OG brand, baby. Thank you for popping in. Don't play with me because I will put you out here. You see, I got
I see.
My platform is all about you being in my living room. So I tell everybody, when you come to my house, you kick your shoes off and go in the refrigerator. So you won't gonna be backstage in my house without coming out and saying hello to everybody.
I thought I was gonna sneak in here too.
And he was back there creeping. Right before I got on, he like, bro, I'm trying to see. I said,
I was back here lurking.
I said, send him the link. I said,
don't play with me.
Plug you in.
Look, I'm here for all of it.
Yeah.
But I'm serious, guys. I have thoroughly enjoyed this, Dub City. You're welcome here anytime. You have a voice here anytime. I'll be launching Independently Dope 104 in January of 2021. So you guys are definitely welcome, and you do have a home there. So let's get some content popping and let's make things truly rock out, because this is what the powers that be fear. Absolutely.
And then there's that. Yeah.
So guys, I'm gonna let these gentlemen help me take it out. Y'all already know what time it is. It's Wild Out Wednesday with your girl Lily Mae on It's Consulting Time. And I definitely gave you not a quad experience, but a quintuplet experience, because it was 5 of us tonight. 5. So Until next time, remember, I'm always here to bring you joy, jewels, and justice. Have a great rest of your evening, ladies and